Yeah. Look, we gon' make it. Push through, too cool, they can't take us. Break rules, you know we're the ones they afraid of. Afraid of, afraid of, afraid of, afraid of, afraid of. Ain't no stopping us, we do the impossible.
So some of you may not know, I'm a New Yorker through and through, born and raised. I'm 34 years old. I probably spent 31 years plus of my life in New York City. It means a great deal that we're finally here. I couldn't be happier, man. I'm just a young boy, a young kid from New York City living my dream, and I'm getting to do it in front of my friends and family.
My hometown, here representing. We're to go out there and kill it and make them proud. Let's get it.
Here with the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega. The Omega-Danielson match, to me, is a dream match. Do you feel the same thing, Kenny? A dream match, or am I being naive?
I mean, it could be a dream match for you, it could be a dream match for other people. To me, it's just another Wednesday.
People talk about dream matches. Some people like to make people's dreams come true. We like to crush people's dreams.
The thing that irks me, JR, it's this air of confidence, sort of this sense of entitlement. Everyone that comes from where you came from, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
They come here and they feel like they're entitled to something. And I've seen it all before. Every guy that walks through those doors, they target me. Why is that? It's because they recognize that I'm the top talent. I could have said no. I could have flat out refused. Here in AEW, we have a win-loss record thing going. I'm sure you're aware of it. Bryan Danielson, you're where? Where is he, Don?
Not even in the top 30.
No, back of the bus.
Back of the
Bottom
bus.
of the barrel.
I 100% respect the AEW ranking system, and I know you just don't come in here and ask for a title shot and get it.
When Danielson came to the ring on Dynamite to challenge Kenny, you seemed to be adamant to not go for it.
I came to AEW to fight the best bout machine. I came here to fight the god of professional wrestling. What do you say?
We say no way! There's no.
Well, why should we? I mean, it's the arrogance of the Stanford Supermax people that come in here and say we're entitled.
So you say you want the best bout machine? You say you want the god of pro wrestling? My answer is yes!
You came here thinking that you deserved a handout, that you deserve something for free, because everyone knows your catchphrases, because everyone knows your face. I don't mind showing you what the Best Bout Machine is all about. I don't mind showing you why everyone called me the best, why I've inspired a nation, why this promotion even exists. You want to make it just you and me, pal? I'm not going to put this title on the line. No, I'm not going to do that. But, you want the real K Omega? You want me? Let's make one for the ages. Let's give these people a dream match. 1v1. Mano a mano. Just you and me, Danielson. See if you still got it.
I think for a lot of people, this is a dream match. I think for AEW fans, this is a dream match. For me, this is a dream match. This is a chance for me to go in and test the guy who people have been calling the best for the last 5 years.
Bryan Danielson, this is the real deal. I wasn't manufactured. I wasn't created. I didn't have billions of dollars pumped into my being. I'm Kenny Omega. Everything that you see here is self-made.
I think people have gotten misconceptions about me over the years, and I'm here to show the true Bryan Danielson, which I think is going to be exciting for the AEW fans and scary as hell for the AEW wrestlers.
Bryan Danielson, you want to go back to your roots? You want to be the American Dragon? Oh, I remember that guy. Boy, was he ever popular. Suddenly you want to prove to everyone that you're some sort of fabulous wrestler, one of the best in the world? That's fine, I believe that you are. You don't have to prove anything to me. But what you do have to prove is that you belong here in AEW. What you do have to prove is that you belong in the ring with the champ.
Since I've been here, all I've seen is a guy who hangs out with a bunch of goofy stooges.
The so-called elite have made a lot of enemies.
You don't like the new Kenny Omega? You don't like the Young Bucks? You don't like the Good Brothers? You don't like Adam Cole? That's fine. I don't mind showing you what the best belt machine is all about.
So if anybody wants to try anything that just shows that Kenny Omega isn't as confident as he makes it seem about his abilities.
I heard the rumors that maybe you've lost your confidence, that maybe you've lost a step, but I don't think that's true. I just think you've lost your balls.
I fancy myself a fighting champion. I have pride in what I do. I have pride in my career and my legacy. Mr. Callis has pride. Mr. Callis believes in me. All you AEW fans, this place that I've created, they believe in me. So it's my duty, it's my responsibility to make sure that you fail, just like all before you. And it's my duty that you never rise up in those ranks, Bryan Danielson.
I mean, what kind of rankings would they be if I beat the champion and didn't make me number one? I'm going in there to win. I'm going in there to show everybody what Bryan Danielson is all about.
You know, someday this will be about the title, but right now, it's just about who's better.
The underdog, Bryan Danielson. You were the underdog there, then you inspired a nation. You had everyone doing your thing. Fortunately for you, Bryan Danielson, this underdog is not gonna have a Cinderella story. There's no silver lining. This isn't gonna lead to me putting my belt up against you. No, this is just me putting you in your place. Enjoy this moment while it lasts, because trust me, this will be the one and only time that you ever stand toe-to-toe with me in that ring.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
6 weeks ago, I kicked a man in the face and knocked him out so severely that it sent him running to the hills of Hollywood in the hopes to somehow find the tools to conquer his fear of, well, me. And in those 6 weeks, I did my best to lure him out. I did my best to wheel him back in, and so did his family. I knocked his trainer out, and I punished his son. I did the exact same to one of their students. And then I lured his brother into an exposed turnbuckle bed, sweeped his legs, and busted his mouth open to the point of him spitting blood. And you know what, Cody? I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud that I had the ability to do all that. And you know what's the worst thing for you, Cody? It cost me little to no effort. They defended your honor. And where were you? Hiding in Hollywood for weeks on end. One by one, your family members came up to me to defend your honor, and you let them down. Do you feel that there is unity in your family, Cody? Do you really feel that the nightmare to serve the title family behind it? Because I don't. To me, it's almost tragic, because you, Cody, are one of the most capable men I have ever met in my life. You took 6 weeks off. Cody, nothing's changed. You could have taken 2 years off of your life, not because you wouldn't have gotten to become a better man, a better father, a better husband, a better fighter. No, Cody. It's because I am that much better. Now, maybe you'll last more than 5 minutes. Maybe you'll last 10 or 15 this time. But you, Cody, you haven't changed. So this Wednesday, neither will the outcome.
This has been a brutal back and forth battle, and Sean Spears, he's gonna look for the C4, the Death Valley driver on the steps.
My God, no!
Darby Oh! Spears knocked back.
Look out, look out, look out!
Oh, my God! Darby Allin like he was shot from a cannon. Got him in position. Coffin drop to the spine.
Darby with the cover, and Darby Allin with the win.
Well, wait a second.
FTR in the ring.
Members of the Pinnacle alongside Shawn Spears and Tully Blanchard.
I told you. I left this match a changed man. And when I left this match, I realized that we have just a little bit of time to make our legacy. And what better way to do that than the living legends taking out an actual legend in Sting?
Sting and Darby going at it with FTR.
The thing is, I could be like everybody else in this locker room, and I could say, oh, it's a pleasure to step in the ring with the legend Sting. That ain't the case, Sting, because people like you embarrass people like us.
Darby just overwhelmed in the corner.
And Tully Blanchard's got a chair. Uh-oh.
A rivalry rekindled here, but FTR
coming to Tully's aid. Here comes Darby getting back in the fight. It may be too little, too late.
Darby endured so much punishment against Shawn Spears.
You and Darby Allin, yeah, you look good on an 8x10, but this is all elite wrestling, and I gotta ask you the question. Are you better than FTR at professional wrestling? Because the answer is hell no.
Don't do this! Oh! Spike pile driver. Executed to perfection.
Arthur Ashe Stadium has seen great battles in the past, hitting a little wall. But this time it's going to be hitting two guys with little white faces.
Oh my God! Wiping the face paint off the icon!
And we saw how good that lasts.
Horrific disrespect for one of the biggest stars in the history of pro wrestling.
Top guys, out.
You can run for a long time. You can run for a long time. Sooner or later he'll hunt you down. Sooner or later God'll cut you down.
Hello, Brittany. It's nice to see you. Tony.
Yes?
Do you know that Britt and I have known each other for quite some time? I actually helped her break into this industry.
Really?
You call yourself all these things and remind everybody who you are so they don't see everything that you're not.
Whoa.
And just to let you know, this is my block now.
Let me remind you of the epic nickname, the Women's World Champion. And let's talk about yours, the Runaway. Why do you go run away to catering where you spent the last 4 years of your life?
I know at this point, the thing that I'm supposed to say is how good I am, how strong I am, or how tough I am. And that's just never really been my style. My dad used to tell me when I was a kid, the dog with the biggest bark is usually the biggest bitch. And honestly, I don't know if that applies any more than to Britt Baker. Now, Britt, you call yourself so many things. You have so many nicknames. To remind people who you are. To remind people that you're good. When you're that good, you shouldn't have to tell everybody that you're that good. For me, AEW, they do the talking for me. If I'm good and I prove it, they say it for me. They are my voice. And I am theirs. I'm the voice for the outcasts, for the misfits, for the freaks. I'm their voice. And I'm bringing the AEW World Women's Championship home for the freaks.
Ruby, let's talk about why you're here. Because it's not for me. I don't think it's for this. And it's not even for all of them. It's for you. Because you're still trying to figure out who the hell you are.
I know exactly who the hell I am. On the surface, you look like every other broad that I've stepped across the ring from. Entitled, self-centered, and banging some dude in the back.
Wow! Hold on!
I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything more. And I'm just trying to figure out why you are lying to everybody, including yourself. Because you have the audacity to call yourself the runaway. But you didn't run away from anything. You got fired.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. She's not wrong. I did. But it turns out it was the best damn thing to ever happen to me. Because it brought me right here. It brought me right here to AEW and to this moment where I'm standing into the ring looking into your eyes. And I want you to really look at me, Britt. Look at me. I want you to see the woman that you're messing with. But honestly, I'm surprised you can see much of anything with your head so far up Tony Khan's ass. After Dynamite next week, when I beat your ass in New York City and take your title, the one thing you won't be able to call yourself is AEW Women's World Champion.
Watch out! Whoa! Britt trying to take a cheap shot at Ruby Soho. I want to see this match next week in New York City. We might have a new Women's World Champion, and it will be all a part of the Dynamite Grand Slam live in Queens.
Well, congratulations to AEW on bringing in CM Punk and Bryan Danielson and Ruby Soho and Adam Cole and every other skinny little dork that Tony Khan man can use to deflect the spotlight away from the truth.
Dan understands that men roll with men. That's why he runs with fighters like Junior Dos Santos, like Jorge Masvidal, like Andre Arlovsky.
This company has two real men wrestling for it, and you're looking at them right now. Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
He understands that we are underutilized here because we don't appeal to an audience that does not appreciate talent.
Dan Lambert appeals to victories, wins, filling my pockets with things that I want, and that's money and more big fights.
So if you have any tough guys in the locker room that you think can come up here and shut them up, I invite you to do so sooner rather than later.
You haven't seen the Men of the Year in the ring, and why is that? Because we haven't found the right match. Dan set that up perfectly.
Tony Khan man's not the master manipulator here. It's you, Chris Jericho.
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Listen, not only do I have a background in MMA, but so does my partner here. I have stepped in the cage. I know what it takes. And everybody that I stepped in the cage with went straight down. I left them laying.
I'm a black belt, not only in karate. I mastered that. Moved on to Taekwondo, got my black belt in that, left martial arts and jumped into the deep end of professional wrestling. And year after year, I've been climbing up to get my black belt in pro wrestling, and that's some gold in AEW. I don't consider myself a master until we get that gold.
If it's gonna go down, my friend, it's gonna go down in the biggest city of them all, the one that never sleeps. We'll see you next week in the Big Apple.
The last time I faced Chris Jericho in a tag team match, you know what happened? I pinned his shoulders to the mat, 1, 2, 3. I was the first person to ever pin him here in AEW. And guess what? History might repeat itself at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Now listen up, Chris. You want to interrupt the Men of the Year and Dan while we're talking? That's fine, Lionheart. You keep doing stuff like that and you're gonna end up just like Mufasa.
This Friday, Rampage, Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Men of the Year, defeat the Inner Circle.
Last week, after AEW Dynamite went off the air in Newark, New Jersey, the war between Lance Archer, Minoru Suzuki, Jon Moxley, and Eddie Kingston raged on. Here's your exclusive look at what happened on AEW Road to Grand Slam Plus. Listen to what Lance Archer had to say.
Oh, New Jersey, if you didn't know, this is Suzuki-gun. Moxley, Eddie, I guess we're just gonna fight forever. And next week, Moxley, Eddie, neither one of you are leaving New York City. Eddie, you might have been born in the Bronx, raised in Yonkers, but your ass is dying in Queens. And Moxley, Renee's gonna raise that baby girl by herself. We are Suzuki-gun, and everybody die. Everybody say, Oretochi Suzuki-gun, Ichiban. You know it's all about the
This is a very challenging debut for Adam Cole here in an AEW ring.
I've said since I've arrived here in AEW that I was not playing around.
Do a little bit of lead hunting here, baby.
I'm a once-in-a-generation professional wrestler.
We know that Frankie Kazarian can hang with anybody, including Adam Cole.
You have never had somebody as good, as skilled as Adam Cole in your locker room.
Hard to beat a guy like Adam Cole, too, especially when it's such a personal issue like Kazarian has. His friends ended the career of his tag team partner, Christopher Daniels. You gotta believe he wants to get a little bit of payback.
And whatever I want, I will take.
Here's the Panama Sunrise!
That's gotta be it.
Boom! Adam Cole, the shot, cover, and the win.
Frankie has traveled the globe, beaten really, really big names within this business, but he couldn't beat me. He couldn't beat Adam Cole because I'm on a roll like I've never been on before, and trust me when I say, it's just getting started.
Hope is a dangerous, dangerous thing. And that locker room hopes that they can keep up with the elite. Well, guess what? It ain't gonna happen. I've only been here for a short time, and there are 3 guys who've really gotten under my skin. Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy. If those 3 are so tough, then how about Rampage Grand Slam? Those 3 versus Adam Cole and the Young Bucks in a 6-man tag.
Do you know it's been over 5 years since the greatest tag team of all time and the once-in-a-generation pro wrestler have teamed? I don't think a lot of people understand how dangerous Adam Cole and the Young Bucks are. Super kick, super kick, super kick. Whoever we want, whenever we want. And I don't give a damn if Christian Cage, if Jungle Boy, or if Luchasaurus thinks they're gonna stop us. Because this Friday at Rampage, we're gonna show those chumps what the elite is all about.
The Super Click is back, baby. And there's not a damn thing anybody can do to stop us.